welcome back. In this video we are going to see how to create a function called TwiceN that receives one number and outputs twice its value. It's a very simple function, and the goal is more to demonstrate how to create a function than the content itself. So to create a function in Python, we are going to use the keyword def to define, and we are going to name it TwiceN is the name we want to give to it, and then we are going to say what values the function will need to do something. And in this case, we need receives one number. We need one number, and we need to give it a name, whatever you want. I'm going to keep it as simple as I can. Let's call it A. So now I have a function called TwiceN that receives something which is an A. And then anything indented inside this def is going to be part of that definition. In this case, I want twice A, and I could store that in a variable, like a temporary variable, and then a function gives an output. The way the function gives the output is using the keyword return. Return this when I give you that. So I give you a number, return twice that number. In this case, return temp. You could also just avoid the use of that variable and just say, okay, this function returns 2 times A. And we can compile, no parameters for the script, and you see that nothing happens. And why is that? Because we just defined the function. We said, what happens if I use that function? I pass a number and it returns twice that number. But I never actually called it. So if we want to test this, we would actually need to call it. So if we only want a function, that's it. But let me go to the Python shell and execute this code. Nothing happens, but now Python knows what the function TwiceN is. So now if I call TwiceN and give it the number 7, it returns 14. If I call it with 80, it gives me the number 160, because now Python knows what the function TwiceN is. And what happens if I don't give it a number? Well, it's missing one required argument, that value there. And you see it's A. So this doesn't actually help the user, so you might want to call it something more human readable, but it does do the trick.